Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the opinion piece from the New York Times that was published on September 5th by the anonymous person within the, supposedly within the Trump administration, title being, "I am part of the resistance inside the Trump administration." Subtitle, "I work for the president, but like-minded colleagues and I have vowed to thwart parts of his agenda and his worst inclinations." Now, I know I'm getting to this later than some other people. I mean, people jumped on this right off the bat because when you have Elizabeth Warren using this as grounds to call for the removal of Trump under the 25th Amendment, which I find funny that with her, she's calling for this, and she's got a delusional level of lying going on in her life, like mentally ill lying. I mean, because at the point that she's at with this whole Pocahontas thing, her sanity could be brought up, as a questionable situation with her. And then you have Nancy, I can't remember who's President Pelosi. One day she thinks it's Bill Clinton. The next day she thinks it's baby Bush. One day she even thought it was Papa Bush. She gets all these other presidents out there, but keeps forgetting that Trump's in office, and she's got this hate for him. It's actually kind of funny. Well, she thinks it came out of that it came from Pence himself. Then you have Omarosa. I'm gonna latch on to everyone, to try to make my fame and way over there, and she's saying it came from the Pence office. So with all these people talking, I decided, yeah, I should probably talk about this. So let's get into this op-ed from the supposed Trump insider here, because for all we know, this could just be some work of fiction that someone at the New York Times fabricated. And they're not exactly known for being the best of credible news these days. I mean, with their Trump derangement syndrome, they're justifying hiring a racist little psycho bitch, things like that. The Times is taking the rare step of this is their lead into, I should say. The Times is taking the rare step of publishing an anonymous op-ed essay. "We have done so at the request of the author, a senior official in the Trump administration whose identity is known to us and whose job would be jeopardized by his disclosure." Which, good. They shouldn't have a job if they're writing shit like this. "We believe publishing this essay anonymously is the only way to deliver an important perspective to our readers." Oh, you mean propagandize with your fucking Never Trump that's your supposed Never Trumper that's hidden in there? Oh God, this is ridiculous. "We invite you to submit a question about the essay on our vetting process here." What vetting process? I mean, the same type of vetting process that your company used to hire Jong, the racist little, psycho bitch who goes out there and goes off on racist tirades on Twitter and then manages to get an editor's job at your paper? Those type of standards? Let's get into this. President Trump is I'm sorry. I just love how they start out with this first line here. Whoever wrote this. "President Trump is facing a test to his presidency unlike any faced by a modern American leader." You mean having jackals surround him and basically stab him in the back because they never liked him in the first place and they just got in there to fuck him over and not allow whatever agendas that you don't like to happen, while trying to take credit, which you're going to do in this, because I've already read this, but you're going to go and take credit for things that he did? You're a sleazy piece of shit if you're actually in the Trump administration. And I agree with, and I love Rand Paul. I mean, I'm more of a Ron Paul person myself. I mean, he's a little too pacifistic, but because sometimes you can't just keep turning the other cheek. You run out of, the cheeks on the face and each of your ass cheeks. You finally have to say something. But I agree with him. There should be lie detector tests done, and whoever this is, they should be out on their goddamn ass. Because the thing is what's funny is we've got to a point where those things that people in the administration used to do, which were, I don't agree with the president, but I support him because he is my commander-in-chief, and I want to see his administration succeed. So therefore, I will not badmouth him, at least publicly. I will not do shitty things like write an op-ed for the New York Times. These things used to be a thing. And what's fucked up, all right, when you look at some of the things that have happened in the Obama administration that could have tanked him, that were actually true. If someone wrote an op-ed, you know, the left and Obama be shitting themselves, okay? A good example of this is Kal Penn, you know, Kumar from the Harold and Kumar movies. When he had his position there, he left under some interesting circumstances. There were rumors flying around that Bathhouse Barry, aka Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, was putting the moves on him and sexually harassing him. And that's why he left. Now, this is alleged. I mean, this is stuff that, like, kind of came out and then was, like, really hush-hush. Now, if that had been published by the New York Times, you know people would be losing their shit. Now, I can either, you know, I don't know about that whole Kal Penn thing, but I remember when there were rumors of that floating around when he left under mysterious, you know, just boom, up and gone. You know, when he had a position just purposefully created for him. But, yeah, I mean, so you know that Obama would be like, with his going after the press, he would have gone after the people at the New York Times. He would have, like, gone through his whole administration looking for the person who wrote it, if they wrote an op-ed on it, and people would have been losing their shit. But yet somehow this is acceptable now? I don't see how that is, you know, remotely the case. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's not just that the special counsel looms large. Well, actually, it doesn't, because it adds nothing. That's why you see these bullshit. Well, let's get them like Al Capone. Well, let's get them on the fact that they misremembered something because it was so long, and they said one thing to the FBI, but yeah, and we're going to nail them on that because that's a federal crime. Because if you accidentally misstate something to the FBI, it's somehow a federal crime. It's not like, you know, if you intentionally did it or not. I mean, if you didn't do it intentionally, you know, that shouldn't, if there's no malice, there should be no crime. It was not intentional. Or that the country is bitterly divided over Mr. Trump's leadership. Actually, the only people spurging out, you talk bitterly divided, the only people who are bitter when this whole divided thing are never Trumpers and leftists who, and, you know, other people on the left side of the spectrum that are upset that Hillary wasn't installed into fucking power. Or even that his party might well lose the House to an opposition hell-bent on his downfall. Bullshit. Look at this never Trump. If this is actually someone from the administration, this never Trump shitbag is trying to perpetuate the bullshit narrative of the blue wave. The only thing that's going to be like blue is the blue flush, and that's because of the tidy bowl man. And that's the Democrats going down the friggin' drain. The dilemma, which he does not fully grasp, is that many of the senior officials in his own administration are working diligently from within to frustrate parts of his agenda and his worst inclinations. Oh, Trump is a lot smarter than you think. I'm sure he knows that you assholes are trying to work counterproductively to him. He's not stupid. You know, what's funny is Trump puts people in positions that, you know, for the point of serving a purpose. Once they serve their purpose, he has no problems getting rid of them. They think that, like, they're controlling the show. If this is actually someone from the administration, and I hate to break it to them, they ain't controlling shit. They're trying to... This is so funny. To be clear, ours is not the popular resistance of the left, and the resistance in quotes and popular. It's not a popular resistance. What you have are spurging out leftists, SJWs, Antifa, and the fucking like. With the fucking, Democrats, as in like the party officials, it's like, this is kind of like the days of communism. The Democrats are controlling Antifa. It's like the communists. It's those people on the left that are controlling them. It's not popular. What was popular and still is President Trump, which is how the hell he won the presidency. And you people don't seem to get it. We want the administration to succeed and think that many of its policies have already made America safer and more prosperous. Oh, really? You want to see the administration succeed, but yet here you are talking behind the back of the president while stabbing him in it. This is ridiculous. You're a never Trump piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. Seriously. I love this. We want the administration to succeed, but we're doing everything we can to stop the president from doing what he said he would do. It's literally the opposite. But we believe our first duty is to this country, and the president continues to act in a manner that is detrimental to the health of our republic. What? Wait a minute. How the hell is anything he's done detrimental to the health of our republic? Getting rid of lobbyists, that's a good thing for our republic. Destroying the deep state, that's a good thing for our republic, going after them. Holding criminals in our government, trying to get them at least held accountable? Well, you're going after him? You won't let him touch Hillary for all of her criminal shit, people like you. What? And you're allowing this Mueller bullshit, which was supposed to be a Russian investigation, and now it's taxes, and, oh, did he fart and disturb the peace? And, I mean, this is where we're getting at with that. Trump farted on this day, and it upset someone because it was so loud. Oh, we got him on disturbing the peace. Charge him. I mean, this is the type of shit that they're going with now. What you're doing hurts the republic. Don't try to act like what you're doing is for the health of the republic, is for the best of the country. The American people voted for him to run the country for a reason. As a matter of fact, I was one of them. We did not elect you and say, do this shit. We elected Trump to do what he's doing. Now back the fuck off and get the fuck out of his administration. If you don't like what he's doing, get the fuck out. It's that simple. That is why many Trump appointees have vowed to do what we can to preserve our democratic institutions while thwarting Mr. Trump's more misguided impulses until he's out of office. See, this is what's screwed up. Oh, we want the administration to succeed, but we're literally stopping him doing what he said he was going to do. You fucking idiots. I swear to God, these people, they're not elected, but yet they think that they're in charge. It's ridiculous. The root of the problem is the president's amorality. No, you are amoral. The American people spoke, and you're going against what they said. You're immoral. Talk about projection. Anyone who works with him knows he's not moored to any discernible first principles that guide his decision making. Oh, really? Considering everything he said he's going to do, he's been trying to do and or done. Lowered taxes. Got rid of regulation. I mean, that's more than any other politician's ever done in recent history. Actually follow through on what they said they were going to do. Although he was elected as a Republican, the president shows little affinity for ideals long espoused by conservatives, free minds, free markets, and free people. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is what's fucked up. Because conservatives have never been, at least in modern times, have never really been about the idea of actual free markets or free people. if you look at like Baby Bush, Patriot Act, TSA, DHS, all those things came under a Republican. And you want to talk about those things espoused by conservatives, free people, would be the fact of there wouldn't be Fourth Amendment violations. The Constitution would actually be upheld. You rhino, neocon, sack of shit. Then there's the fact of the whole thing of free markets. See, this idea that they're trying to present of quote-unquote free markets, they're talking about this bullshit concept of free trade, which is not free trade in practice. Because, see, the United States has been the only nation, for the most part, to have no tariffs on stuff coming in, while all of our stuff is being tariffed like you wouldn't believe going into other countries. So if you want to talk about free trade, then you neocon piece of shit writing this, maybe you should be calling out Germany for their tariffs, you know, on U.S. vehicles and other goods. I mean, their vehicle one makes it so no German wants to buy an American car. And there are Germans that do. I've seen plenty of Germans that want to buy American, say, pickup trucks like F-150s. But they can't afford to because of the tariffs. You have, was it 200 or 300% tariff on U.S. milk going into Canada? And we're supposed to have this free trade agreement? Doesn't sound free to me. Doesn't sound like free trade at all. See, the president flat out said he wanted fair trade, which a lot of conservatives, historically, have understood the idea of fair trade. Free trade is this bullshit la-la land concept that will never, ever fly. Because the United States is the only one out of all these nations stupid enough to have no tariffs. See, the idea of tariffs actually were the sole means of support for the United States. Conservatives believed in tariffs. So to push this is complete bullshit. I mean, this is ridiculous. At best, he's invoked these ideals in scripted settings. At worst, he's attacked them outright. No, holy crap! This is some fucked up shit. And Elizabeth Warren wants to use this as a means to go after him and remove him from office with the 20... Oh, my God. This 25th Amendment. In addition to his mass marketing of the notion that the press is the enemy of the people, President Trump's impulses are generally anti-trade and anti-democratic. All complete bullshit. No, he said... See, I love how they keep giving Trump the credit for a quote of Stalin. Stalin said that the press is the enemy of the people. Trump said fake news is the enemy of the people. And what I love is when you have New York Times, one of these outlets that these days is considered fake news, printing this, you know that they were like wanting to suck this person's dick if they have a dick, or eat their clam if they're a woman, going, oh, thank you for this one little section here. I mean, this is ridiculous because he said fake news. Yeah, you're going to push this false narrative. And Trump's impulses are not anti-trade or anti-democratic, okay? Anti-trade. You mean literally getting Mexico to come to the table and say, okay, we're going to work on this. Yeah, we got a deal. And they hammered out a new deal for NAFTA. And then Trudeau, shitting himself, came with his little, his little cuck friggin' bitch ass, tail between his legs up to Trump going, oh, I'm so sorry. How is that anti-trade? That's pro-trade. Stopping China from fucking us in trade by putting tariffs on their goods, that's definitely about trade. It's also about jobs in the United States. But see, we can't bring that fact up. And then there's, name one thing he's done that's anti-democratic. Because I haven't seen anything that's anti-democratic. He's pro-free speech. He might call, CNN and others, rightfully, fake news. But what have you got on that? Nothing. Don't get me wrong, there are bright spots that near ceaseless negative coverage of the administration fails to capture. Effective deregulation, historic tax reform, a more robust military, and more. But these successes have come despite, not because of the president's leadership style, which is impetuous, adversarial, petty, and ineffective. Oh, bullshit. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. I call bullshit. Right now, I have to almost pull out a respirator because it stinks so fucking bad. Okay? Because every one of those things, every single one of them happened not in spite of, it happened because of the president. It happened because of his leadership style. You're not going to take credit for what he did, you sleazy piece of shit. It's not going to happen. Oh, he's just this bumbling idiot, and we keep him in check, and we're the ones who got all that stuff done. No, you were the ones who were against that shit, so shut the fuck up. Oh my God. This is why I had to go through this. This is some ridiculous shit. It really is. I want to know who the hell this person is. Because this person is a fucking scumbag. From the White House to executive branch departments and agencies, senior officials will privately admit their daily disbelief at the commander-in-chief's comments and actions. Most are working to insulate their operations from his whims. Translation: most of them are trying to get their offices where they're in charge and their boss, who should be able to dictate what goes on, won't be able to say what's going on. Basically what they're trying to do, at least claims by this idiot, is trying to lock out the president in his, the idea of like Steve Jobs locking him out of his own company. They're trying to do that with the president in the White House. They're trying to do that with the president in Washington. If this is actually what they're doing behind closed doors. But these are deep state shitbags. I mean, this is funny that they will admit, if this is, what's going on, that they are literally violating the chain of command. They are violating their positions. They are exceeding their powers so that they can stay in charge because they don't like the president. And they want to control the show in their offices. Because even though he dictates, I might think I know better, is what the mentality is. No, he's the president. Okay, you either do what he says in your capacity, in your position, or you go find another job. It's that simple. Meetings with him veer off topic and off the rails. He engages in repetitive rants, and his impulsiveness results in half-baked, ill-informed, and occasionally reckless decisions that have to be walked back. Bullshit! This is what's funny. This is the whole thing of them trying to, oh, look, he's mentally unstable. Mentally unstable like a fox would probably be more accurate because he's sly. He's playing you people. And you're feeling the pinch right now. This is something to try to help the left right now, because you want them, because, all right, appearance-wise, this is supposed to look bad for the president. It's supposed to turn his supporters against him, which it won't, especially his core supporters. It's about those never-Trumpers that have come around that are now starting to get behind the president. It's about turning them back to never-Trumpers, like on the general population. It's about trying to do the same thing with the independents. But see, what they don't understand is I see something like this. Now, mind you, I did vote for Trump, and I do support the president. I voted for him for either taking a sledgehammer or actually making, to things and smashing it all down, or making things better. I figured he's going to do one or the other. Seeing something like this just makes me want to support him more. it makes anyone who's already supporting him want to support him more. They think this is going to help them. They think this is also to energize the left. Go, oh yeah, look, we got this person on the inside. Now go out and vote and take the House. The blue wave, blue wave, blue wave. I mean, that's what this is kind of doing. But they don't realize it's not going to work. It's going to come back to bite them in the ass, especially once the situation where I hope it happens of, you know, Trump listens to Rand Paul and starts pulling out the lie detectors, because I would love to know who this was. There is literally no telling whether he might change his mind from 1 minute to the next, a top official complained to me recently, exasperated by an Oval Office meeting at which the president flip-flopped on a major policy decision he made only a week earlier. Oh my God. I love this. You got something taken out of context from a third party. I mean, this is such ridiculous shit. And Warren is using this to say, 25th Amendment. Holy shit. And she's the crazy one. What, and the president? He isn't allowed to change his mind. He isn't allowed to change his mind. He isn't allowed to decide, oh, well, wait a minute, that might not be a good idea. I mean, he is running the United States, and if he sees that something shouldn't be done, or he should do something and he decides to do it, so be it. Actually, not being a committed fucking moron that just doubles down on his shit is now a bad thing. The erratic behavior would be more concerning if it weren't for an unsung heroes in and around the White House. What? If it weren't for unsung heroes in and around the White House? What the hell is this supposed to mean? You're trying to give credit for everyone around him? Oh my God. This is so funny. Because what they're trying to do here is they're trying to make it like the staff. All these treacherous, backstabbing, traitorous bastards that clearly, you know, are never Trump or deep state types. They're trying to make them out to be some sort of fucking heroes. No, you're a fucking scumbag. You know, what you're doing borders on treason here. Some of his aides have been cast as villains by the media, but in private, they have gone to great lengths to keep bad decisions contained to the West Wing, though they are clearly not always successful. Oh, God. This is so funny because they're trying to make it sound like Trump is a bumbling idiot, but people have eyes. They can literally look around and see what's going on around them. They can see that Trump is getting this done with the economy. They can, with Kim Jong friggin' Rocket Man Il, or Un. Kim Jong-un. No, yeah, his father was ill. But just China, they're now backing down. Mexico's like, yeah, we'll work with you. And boom, they're hammering out new shit with NAFTA. Trudeau, oh, fuck him. Now Trudeau's going, oh, can I kiss your feet, Trump? And they're trying to make it sound like he's a bumbling idiot. It just doesn't fly. In the cold comfort of this chaotic era, which, okay, let's talk about why it's chaotic. It's because of you never Trump shitbags and the left and the deep state and all you fuckers kicking, whining, and screaming because you didn't get what you wanted. Enough said on that. But Americans should know that there are adults in the room. Yeah, it's Trump. You're the one acting like fucking children. You're the ones that are acting like that. So the only adult in the room is him, and you're the infantile friggin' children throwing temper tantrums and not doing what you're told. We fully recognize what is happening, and we are trying to do what's right, even when Donald Trump won't. What is he doing that's wrong? You are ridiculous. The result is a two-track presidency. Take foreign policy. See, I love this, because what Trump says in public is to get people to the table. Like with Kim, you know. With little Rocket Man fuck. You say something publicly. You do that to get him to come to the table. Then you talk in private. This is how things actually used to go. See, not being a cucked president, because the last several presidents, because I mean, Reagan did not pull this cucked shit. Okay? But, Obama was super mega cucked. All right? Reagan didn't pull this cucked shit. Carter pulled cucked shit, which is why he was a one-term wonder and considered a fucking joke, almost as big as Obama was during his one term. OPEC rolled over him because he was a cuck. Iran rolled over him because he was a cuck. Okay? Do you think if Teddy Roosevelt was in office today, do you think he'd be that cucked shit? Oh, hell no. He would be openly doing the same exact type of shit that Trump is doing. It's not a speculation. It's a fact. All you have to do is go look back at what he did during his presidency. Teddy Roosevelt was the Trump of that era to an extent. I mean, rough around the edges, gruff, blunt. I mean, called out people. Yet they're trying to make it sound like this is some complete bullshit. It's funny. Now, they're going to try to steal credit here for what Trump has managed to do when it comes to, say, North Korea here. Take foreign policy. In public and in private, President Trump shows a preference for autocrats and dictators, such as President Vladimir Putin of Russia and North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un, and displays little genuine appreciation for the ties that bind us to allied, like-minded nations. Oh, wait, whoa. Allied, like-minded nations. Oh, you mean the ones that are oppressing their people, taking their free speech, and allowing all these invaders, we'll call them, these militants, because they're all military-age young men, come in from, the Middle East and North Africa and not vet them? And these people don't like it, so they're getting silenced, they're getting thrown in prison. Look at Tommy Robinson. Oh, like-minded. So what you're saying is you're like them. You want to throw us in prison for calling out shit. You don't like free speech, okay? And what I love here is they're trying to push the Russian narrative, okay, with this. Oh, look at him, because they're hinting at the fact of, well, I don't think Russia did it. Because there's no proof that Russia did it. Seth Rich hacked the DNC. It wasn't even hacking. Obama 2008, or whatever the hell the password was something like that, isn't really protecting your shit. And the thing is him getting Rocket Man to actually denuclearize, okay, which they're like showing, he shows him a preference. He threatened to nuke the little midget fuck. That's a preference? Trump has done more against Russia on the note of with Syria and how many Russians were killed there and everything else. He has taken more action towards Russia than Obama did. I mean, this is fucking hilarious. And this like-minded nation shit. Oh, you mean all these nations that have screwed us over because the United States allowed ourselves to get fucked so that we could, fight the Cold War, and we wanted to keep all these nations on our side, so we allowed them these favorable trade deals where we didn't charge them any tariffs and they could charge us tariffs, and we took their shit in and sold it and fucked over the American people. You mean those ones that want to keep doing that when we're saying we can't deal with it anymore because the American people are hurting and they can't hurt anymore for you fucking halfwits? Those like-minded nations, like Germany, like France, the UK, all of Western Europe, who have all tariffs against us and fuck us hard on them? But yeah, they're like-minded. The same nations, like I just said earlier, about that are censoring their people and throwing them in jail for calling out, rape gangs, these truck drivers of peace, rape gangs. Because they're not grooming kids, they're raping them. Grooming is a nice way of them trying to cover up the fact of that. Okay? That's what those supposed nations you're talking about. All right? And he has not shown, as you put it, a preference to autocrats and dictators. When he's getting that little midget fuck to end the Korean War, go fuck yourselves. Astute observers have noted, though, that the rest of the administration is operating on another track, one where countries like Russia are called out for meddling and punished accordingly, and where allies around the world are engaged as peers rather than ridiculed as rivals. Oh, you mean basically you have people going around that are countermandering that are countermanding the president, the leader of the United States. So you're willing to openly admit that, oh yeah, and people noticed it. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is the type of shit. I mean, this is some seriously fucked up shit. And you're talking like Kerry going around to Iran after the fact going, oh yeah, he fucked you, because if you remember, Kerry did in violation of the Logan Act. Was the Logan? I think it's the Logan Act. I'm having a brain fart right now. But, yeah. So, Kerry should be in jail for that. Hell, more than a few people like the Clintons, like Hillary, should be in jail for that. She actually got caught with Bilderberg and only had to pay a fine under it. She should have went to prison. And where's your actual proof of meddling? There is no proof of meddling. We've got intelligence agencies that have lied through their teeth over the years. They lied about weapons of mass destruction. They lied about the Kennedy assassination, how they were involved in the Kennedy assassination. They lied about Hitler still being alive, which was proven that he was still alive, partially through the declassified Kennedy documents, because somehow a Hitler document got mixed into it. Okay? You have lied and lied and lied and lied. You're going on the fact of the DNC making claims and no one actually looking at the servers. So, I want to know why you can say that there is meddling definitively when there's absolutely no proof. I mean, when Seth Rich steals the shit, gets a double, a famous Clinton double tap, that's a little fucking suspicious. When everything points to him, including the person who got the fucking information from him saying, yeah, Seth Rich gave it to me, and then I handed it off to WikiLeaks. I mean, this is ridiculous. On Russia, for instance, the president was reluctant to expel so many of Mr. Putin's spies as punishment for the poisoning of a former Russian spy in Britain. He complained for weeks about senior staff members letting him get boxed into further confrontation with Russia, and he expressed frustration that the United States continued to impose sanctions on the country for its malaligned behavior. But his national security team knew better. Such actions had to be taken to hold Moscow accountable. Now, this is what's funny, all right? There's actually a lot of people looking at what happened with the Russian spy. And there's a possibility that the British poisoned him using a Russian technique in order to blame the Russians. Now, it could have been the Russians, it could have been the British. I would be more apt to believe these days that it was the British that did it, because they're the only ones that had something to truly gain from it. They were hoping to use it, because you have, see, the deep state apparatus, they're globalist at heart. A lot of them, the majority of them. Hell, pretty much all of them. So they work with each other from the different nations. So I think this was about, let's poison this Russian spy, and then we'll use it to try to goad the United States. And because there was no real proof, it's all baseless accusations that it was Russia. And the only thing that, oh, well, it was a poison that Russians use. Yeah, but the British have access to it. The United States has access to it. All these Western nations, especially those that were part of the former communist bloc, like, say, Germany, for example, have access to it. So you can't definitively say it was Russia. And you're going, oh, yeah, it was Russia who did it. And you're trying to use this to go and get the United States to go after Russia more because look, they're poisoning spies. You need to rebuke, even though it happened on British soil. I mean, that was kind of how it was played out back then. And to me, there was no actual proof. So you want him to expel people that you're claiming are spies. They could just be diplomats. Odds are a few of them are probably spies, but I wouldn't say all of them. You want him to expel these people on a claim made by the British, the same people who were behind the fucking piss dossier. And you want that for you don't want President Trump to go after Russia with that. I mean, this is the type of shit. And they're trying to say because he didn't want to do that, which would be common sense not to, because until you have actual proof, you shouldn't be doing it, as proof that, yeah, he's in bed with Russia or he's sympathetic to Russia or... I mean, this is some fucked up shit. This isn't the work of the so-called deep state. It's the work of the steady state. No, it's the work of the deep state. See, this is what gets me is you've got a shitbag who's basically admitting, yeah, I'm part of the deep state, and then going, oh, no, we're not the deep state. Oh, no, we're American patriots. Oh, yeah, we're globalist pigs. We love Germany and Merkel, and we love Britain, and we're going to put Europe first. Because, you know, hell, that little tin pot dictator with nuclear weapons, oh, yeah, Trump is being friendly with him. I mean, that's the deep state talking. Clearly. And I hope this rat, fink, deep state shill gets outed. I really do. And then I hope they go and they investigate him and they find a lot of criminal activity and they get charged and see the punishment of the law to the fullest extent possible. Because this, what these people are doing could be construed with some of the things that they're doing definitely criminal, and they should be charged for it. Or at least I would think some of the things that they're doing could definitely be considered criminal under the law. Given the instability many witnessed, what instability? There were early whispers within the cabinet of invoking the 25th Amendment, which would start a complex process for removing the president. But no one wanted to participate in a constitutional crisis. So we will do what we can to steer the administration in the right direction until one way or another it's over. Now this is what's funny. They got to throw this in at the end. All right. You have no qualifications. You're trying to portray it like Trump is crazy, and he's crazy like a fox. He's got all you people running around, okay, like chickens who just had their heads bit off by the fox, mind you. You're like no direction, just running around, bumping into shit, blood spurting everywhere, and you're now desperate. This is ridiculous. Let's throw in his mental question. Let's throw in that he's fucked in the head mentally. This shit isn't going to work. All this is going to do is push people like Warren and Pelosi and those to get even more fucking demented. And in the process, it's only going to help the president. So you really didn't help yourselves here. The bigger concern is not what Mr. Trump has done to the presidency, but rather what we as a nation have allowed him to do to us. We have sunk low with him and allowed our discourse to be stripped of civility. Excuse me? No. Let's put blame on this shit where it is. The left caused all this shit. The left wanted Hillary installed. They tried to get her installed. Look at Detroit. They had literally more ballots than they did registered voters in Detroit. And there was tons of ballots left to be counted when they realized this. And this was during the Stein recount. And then they went, oh, stop the recount. Nothing to see here. She didn't win, even with cheating. And because you know that Trump is against the deep state and he's not a neocon or a neo-lib, you know, that's basically the same coin, opposite sides. You're scared fucking shitless. The only people that have lost civility is the left. The never-Trumpers on the right. And anyone else, you know, the never-Trumpers that are regardless of side. We as a nation voted him into office. It wasn't what we allowed him to do to us. We wanted him in office. What don't you get about that? Senator John McCain put it best in his farewell letter. All Americans should heed his words and break free of the tribalism trap, with the high aim of uniting through our shared values and love of this great nation. McCain is the last person you should be citing right now. The traitor there, yeah. The man who sold out his fellow POWs at the Hanoi Hilton, sold out American troops, sold out his country, and did so for some more rice and Vietnamese hookers. And that's according to his fellow POWs at the Hanoi Hilton, that he did that. He's the last person that you should be holding up as an example. We may no longer have Senator McCain, but we will always have his example, a lodestar for restoring honor to public life and our national dialogue. Mr. Trump may fear such honorable men, but we should revere them. Excuse me, you mean the same fucker who was fucking making an arms deal with terrorists and got caught in a picture with them? Literally people that the United States had listed as terrorists that they wanted dead. He's making an arms deal with them. And yeah, he's a real honorable man. This is fucking ridiculous shit. There is a quiet resistance from the administration of people choosing to put country first, but the real difference will be made by everyday citizens rising above politics, reaching across the aisle, and resolving to shed the labels in favor of a single one: Americans. So basically what they want, what this asshole wants, is we all have to think alike. We all have to hate Trump. We all have to think it's good that I'm in here going against the country, going against the president, going against the will of the people. No, that's not how it works. You are a scum-sucking shitbag. You are a waste of fucking space. You are a never-Trump, neocon, deep state, shill, shitbag, cum-guzzling gutter slut. Plain and simple. See, they're trying to use this to take down the president. They're trying to use this to steal, as you saw, credit for his accomplishments. Say, oh, it was us. He didn't do shit. He's a blubbering, mentally deranged, mentally unstable idiot, and we're the ones who did everything. Him with the fact of trying to get the Korean War to end, trying to get North Korea to denuclearize. Oh, yeah, he favors despots and dictators. Really? Trying to get someone to stop nuclearizing their nation, to actually end that, take all their nuclear weapons and get rid of them, end the Korean War. That's not favoring. He pressured Kim into that shit. When he threatened to nuke a little fucking tin pot dictator and got him to come to the table, that's favoring to this fucking idiot. That's favoring him. I mean, this is the type of shit we're talking about here. Now, I've gone through this well enough. I'm going to take a minute and then do another video after this, but I'm going to leave things here because I need that minute. Because I really want to go and sound like I have Tourette's right now, and I'm fighting the urge. Anyway, I'm just going to leave things here, like I said. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.